Hey y'all, it's me Alex. Today I'm going to be doing the behind the scenes of YouTube tag. This tag was created by Annette's Makeup Corner and Prue. I haven't watched Prue, but I do watch Annette on the regular because her eyeshadow and her hair are fabulous. She's also a really cool person. So I really wanted to do this tag because I've seen so many people doing it, and this just has some really fun questions. Who doesn't love a tag video? I mean, probably some people, but like, y'all are weird. So anyway, there are 13 questions. So in order to keep this video from running like super long, I'm just gonna get started. What was the hardest part about starting a channel? For me, it was getting over my social anxiety. So I think I've mentioned this in a past video, but it was like a while ago. I started my YouTube channel after getting out of a very toxic relationship as an attempt to like kind of connect with people and kind of build up my self-esteem again, especially because one of the things that my ex did not always approve of was like my love of makeup. So I was like using it as a way of finding myself again, but you know, when your self-esteem isn't exactly the best, you're very socially anxious and really awkward in front of a camera. So it took a lot of tries for me to kind of get comfortable enough to like just post something on the internet. But now I'm really proud of how far I've come in that regard. So that was the hardest part for me. What equipment do you use? So I am using my mom's tripod from when she was in college. I use a Canon EOS Rebel T6 camera, and I have a Limo Studios umbrella light behind me because that was all like kind of the most professional at the least expensive that I could find, if that all makes sense. What editing program do you use and what did you start with? I started with Windows Movie Maker, and if you go back and look at any of my first videos, which I beg of you, please, please, please don't do that now, but I would only chop off like the beginning and end, like the pauses at the beginning and the end of my videos, and like not go through and cut out like any ums or even add any transitions or anything like that, because I hated the sound of my own voice. And like there's some science behind that about like everybody hates their own voice, so I really had to get used to that before I got comfortable editing my videos. Now I use iMovie because I've gotten comfortable using iMovie on my Mac, and I think it works pretty well. Maybe eventually I might want to learn like Adobe, or I mean, I do know a little bit of how to use Adobe. I learned a couple summers ago. I don't have that because it's like subscription based, and like I would have to like pay for that or Final Cut Pro, and honestly like I'm doing pretty well with iMovie, so I don't think I actually need to get anything else right now. I'm looking to get a new laptop this year, so maybe if I can find a good deal on that I might get something else, but right now for my needs iMovie does really well. And yeah. Did you have any experience with making videos before starting YouTube? Okay, so in high school, my best friend and I had a YouTube channel, and it's still up because out of the million times that I've tried to remember the password that comes with that channel, I cannot. So there is 16-year-old Alex out there being embarrassing on the internet. We did videos about like K-pop and anime because that's what we were really into, and we were like really edgy and cringy. So I had experience, just wasn't good. On average, how long does it take you to edit? It depends on the video and how excited I am about it. So, you know, it's one of those things where like, I'm never not excited about a video, but I love like editing my It's Complicated videos because those are like especially a little bit more fun for me too, because I don't know, those just get me really excited, and doing more like talky videos like this, those are a bit quicker and easier to edit, whereas things like tutorials and 3 looks 1 palettes, I really do love filming those videos, but they are a pain in the neck to edit, so I do struggle a little bit with that. And also I have, with my anxiety, it does this weird thing right around the time when I start to go in and edit. Like I'm good about my anxiety and like not getting too like panicked about videos when I'm filming them, but for some reason once like the footage is on my computer and I'm about to go in and like go on iMovie and just like cut it all together, my anxiety is just like, you don't actually want to do that right now.
Why?
No reason. You just don't.
It's like that weird procrastinating thing where there is literally no reason for me to not be doing that right now. In fact, it would probably benefit me if I did it, you know, a little bit sooner and actually pre-plan things for once. But my anxiety and my brain is just like, no, you won't. That's my struggle. Does anybody else get that? I don't know. What was the worst technical technical accident you've had since starting your channel. I was filming a 3-look swim palette with the Menagerie Cosmetics Feral palette, and I was so excited. It had taken me like weeks to film because with my schedule, I kind of had to, like, you know, get it in here and there, my filming and stuff, because I don't film 3 looks in one day, you know, that would be like a waste of my face. So I was really excited, and I had finally cut it all together, and then as iMovie was exporting, it corrupted all of my footage from that video, so that happened. But then like 2 days later, after that accident happened, Menagerie Cosmetics announced that they would be doing the palette redo where you could get like the 2 shades and just pay shipping and like get the new palette essentially. While that was really frustrating in the moment, I do kind of take it as a sign from God that, like, you know, maybe I should wait until I get the 2 new shades. So, by the way, if you're wondering when that video is coming, it's when I get the 2 new shades. Do you ever film something and not upload it? Sometimes, like, okay, so right before I left for Israel, I left for Israel on New Year's Day, and the day before I was like working on getting my computer together, finishing editing my videos so that I can like pre-film and like have those scheduled before I went on the trip. And I gotten them almost done. I just had 1 video left to edit, and my computer charger broke. It was on New Year's Eve, and my computer is an old computer, so they, like, Macs have a different charger now, so I couldn't easily like find one at a place that would actually be open. Only 2 out of 3 of the videos that I had planned had gotten uploaded, and the other one, like, I don't think it turned out bad. I feel like it's definitely too late to post it, so that is a video that's going into the ether. And so I don't like ever like intentionally like not post stuff. Sometimes I'll like discover that like the footage was too blurry, or like I'll have a technical problem like that, or like with a Feral palette. It's kind of stuff like that. I usually still like the footage by the time that I go into editing and uploading stuff, and even in the times where I'm kind of like, oh, maybe I should like go back and refilm it, I also recognize that that's usually just like me getting in my own head and me having my own anxiety about it, rather than like realizing that you don't see me with the critical eye that I see myself. That's my general feel of things. Do you write a script or plan what you're going to talk about? I will only do it with my It's Complicated series, because that one is a series that I try and do with enough sensitivity. That requires some scripting and planning and citing my sources, just so I can make sure that I'm getting everything absolutely right. However, with other sorts of videos, I generally don't plan it unless it's something, like I remember I did the favorite shade in the palette tag. I did go through and like write down a list of my favorite shades in my eyeshadow palettes, just so that I would kind of have a plan, as opposed to me being like on camera. So it's kind of stuff like that, but usually I will kind of go into it kind of relatively off the cuff, because I find that that's how I'm the most natural. I only script stuff if I feel as though there's certain points that I do need to hit. Have you started talking differently since starting your YouTube channel? I don't know. I think I've more just gotten a little bit less hard on myself about the way I talk, because I mean, hearing my own voice back, I still hate it, and I'll get mad at myself for saying the ums and the ahs and the so and the like, but I also recognize that that's just part of my speech pattern, and I can cut it out for a YouTube video, and I'm fine with the way I talk in real life, because honestly, if the way I talked was as annoying as I think it is when I'm editing, then I wouldn't have any friends. But the fact that I have friends and people who enjoy my presence despite all of the weird voice speech patterns that I have, I think that's proof that I'm probably not as obnoxious as I think I am when I edit. What's the one thing that annoys you when editing yourself? The amount of times that I say and ah and like, but that's a relatively minor thing. I figure if that's the worst thing about me and my own criticism about my videos. Oh wait, I do actually have another criticism. So I recognize that right now my hair is faded really bad in the back. It did not look like this when I first dyed it, so I'm gonna be fixing that like really soon. But it's kind of like when you turn over to reach something and you're talking at the same time. I don't think that's too distracting in other people's videos, but when I see it, I'm like, oh, my hair looks really bad in the back, because I I don't style my hair that much. I just make sure my bangs are laying relatively okay and then make sure I don't have any weird lumps or bumps. But it's always when I turn around and like editing my videos like, oh, my hair looked like crap that day. Okay. I have two things that annoys me when I'm editing my own videos. What is your biggest editing pet peeve in others' videos? I don't judge other people's editing that much. I guess probably my biggest pet peeve would be like not editing enough, if that makes sense. If you're just taking like a really long time to say something, which I recognize is something that I do, but I try and edit my videos so that I'm not taking a super long time to say something, because I know that that's not the kind of content that I want to watch. So that might be petty. And honestly, if the content's good enough, I don't care that much about how long it takes. I hope that makes sense. And yeah, I'm petty, but do you ever feel self-conscious in your videos? I really used to, but I don't as much anymore once I kind of realized that people like me a lot better when I am fully my authentic self, especially when I'm fully my authentic self online. So that has just really helped me to just like be myself. And finally, what keeps you inspired to keep creating? I just really love makeup and color and new techniques and the community that comes with that. Like, I know the beauty community has had like a crap in the past, but like, we have fun and I really love it. And honestly, just the fact that also I feel like the community that I have with my channel is a really positive place. And I don't mean positive in like the fake positivity, everybody's smiling all the time, but more in that we uplift each other while also, you know, we're able to have like different discussions about deep topics and things of that nature and being adults without like hating each other or throwing insults or anything, because I know like in that tier I wouldn't be able to have the types of videos that I have, and that's something that I really appreciate. So it's like the colors and the people and the love and all that good stuff. So that is it for this video. I tag anybody who would like to do this. So thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it and subscribe down below if you want to see more videos from me, and I'll see you on my next one. Hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye!